Warning, this content is not for kids. If you're a kid, f*** off.
Frankie and I, shit, it's a podcast where we talk shit all fucking day. Frankie and I, shit, it's a podcast where we talk shit all fucking day.
Welcome to another episode of our podcast, where we like to start it off with a very simple question. Who are you?
I'm the fucking good-looking version of you. Who the fuck are you?
Well, I guess I'm trash.
I didn't
You're the
mean it like
good-looking
that,
one.
man. You're already good-looking. I'm just slightly better looking.
Oh, is that how it
Well,
works?
we
I mean, see, I don't really...
You can't have two people looking
really-
banging. One of them has to be slightly better, and I nominate myself for that.
I don't know. I mean, you look at the Avengers, and they've got, like, fucking 20 people that look banging. So...
You're right. Right. Okay, well, I'm the equally as beautiful looking version of you.
And I'm still trash.
Which means I'm fucking trash as well then. Thanks, man. I knew you could count on
Yeah.
you to fucking bring me down to ground level.
I guess we gotta mention that this isn't the live one.
Oh yeah, this is
We still gotta figure it out. We gotta do some planning, get a date, and get everything squared away. I want people to know so that as many people as possible can be involved in it while we're doing, commenting, whatever, while we're chatting, and we can, comment back to you. We just won't hear your fucking voice because you're not special.
You're not special.
So we'll release that when we have more info on it. We'll release a date.
But
But
I think we'll have our special guest confirmed though.
oh right, yeah. Well, we don't want to say anything.
All right, yeah, no. No.
Keep that a secret.
Keep that, yeah. That's for the listeners. A nice wee surprise on the day.
So this will be just a regular, like crappy episode, like normal,
Yeah,
where we just talk shit.
usual.
I'll try and
keep
my energy up. I'm in a little bit of pain right now.
What's happening?
I was moving rugs all night last night, like
Is that
proper,
a
like-
euphemism? Is that?
no, like a 10 by 8 foot rug rolled up,
Yeah.
like because we sell rugs at my fucking store, and so I don't know how much I moved. Not only that, but we had to reset the shelves and everything. So you got to get out hammers and stuff, and you got to hammer the shit in and into the. It's actually pretty ingenious the way Home Depot has their shelves. Like I'm surprised not more stores do it, because essentially what it is you have an upright that you bolt into the ground, and on the front and back there is holes, and then you have beams that
so you
will
put
lock into those
giant
holes
rollers,
on.
Yeah.
So the beams will lock in, like you say, you have two uprights, and there's 90 inches between them. You get a 90-inch beam, you lock it onto either side at the same hole level, and then you put a bolt through to lock it in. You put one in the back as well, and then you can just lay boards of 2x4 that have been cut to the proper length in between those two
Sweet.
beams, and you've created your own shelf. And because of that, we can deconstruct them and reconstruct them however we need. And that's actually part of what my job is as a merchandiser. Is the company, they have every store in their system and the measurements of every store. And when they want to sell something, they're like, look, we've been looking at the numbers and this thing isn't selling, so we have a new product that we want to try and sell. So we've designed and printed out a like planogram. Like it tells you exactly what goes where on every single shelf. And every store, all like what, 5,000 to 8,000, I don't know how many stores Home Depot has. Got a lot. But every store is in their system,
Yeah,
and every
fucking
store
have
has
a
its
lot,
own
right?
unique setup. And Home Depot is one of the only companies that utilizes a MET, which is merchandising execution. Sorry, not executive. Merchandising execution team. And because of that, I've explained before, like if there's an issue in the store, like nationwide, that issue will be fixed within 24 hours because of MET. Like it's an incredible.
Man, it's pretty cool. There's the co-op. You've got the co-op there as well. Like, see when this COVID thing kicked off, like my point of this, they must have like all the stores mapped out as well, even though they're all different fucking sizes and shapes. Because overnight, every fucking co-op got like these big plastic fucking gates to put up to protect the fucking cashiers. But dude, they were like all different shapes and sizes and stuff, man. All different shapes and sizes. So they must have fucking had them. Like somebody's got the plan somewhere. They must have.
It's insane. So yeah, so last night I had to, reset 4 bays of rugs, and they're not fucking light.
Nah, the fuck, man.
You know, I mean, they're like when you stand them up, they're like, your height and then another half of you above, and you just gotta kind of, and the way that they store them is they stand them upright inside the bay, so you have to angle it, and there's a beam on the bottom so they won't slide out on the bottom, and a beam across the top so they don't fall down. So you have to angle them in between these 2 beams and then lift them up enough to get them into the bay, and that's one, and each spot holds like 3 to 4. So
yeah, that's a lot of lifting, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and 10 hours of it. 10 straight fucking hours of it. I know when I wake up.
You're lucky you never done your back in, man.
Yeah. I have thrown it before, and I couldn't move. And it was something simple, like I was pushing a cart in front of me, and I was pulling a cart behind me, and something happened, and I just froze, and I couldn't, like, any movement was immense pain. And
yeah, fuck that, man.
I just had to leave. I was like, yep, nope, I'm going home. Like, I'm going home. Took some medicine. I think Katie has some this CBD rub. She put it on my back. I went to bed. Woke up the next day and I was fine. But yeah, no, it's only because I'm young. Trust me. It's not like the back's not getting there.
And you do get comfortable and forget to bend at the knees and all that nonsense when you're lifting things, man.
Oh yeah. Well, they make us stretch when we get into work and after each break.
Good, because if you're doing all that kind of moving about, man, totally. That's pretty cool. I never knew they did that though.
Yeah,
it's like Japan.
Yeah, I mean, Home Depot has their shit on point. You know what I mean? Like they know like how to get their stuff sold. Now, when it comes to like, are they doing the proper thing for people in this pandemic? Well, not necessarily, because I don't know any Home Depots that have fucking closed and they still allow people in the building. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna count how many there are, but that's that's subjective to the person doing it. You know what I mean? Like, other than that though, like just as a company itself, not based off of this whole pandemic shit, they know how to get their shit done. There's a reason they're fucking kicking Lowe's ass.
I reckon B&Q must be Home Depot. Like, this just changed its name over here.
Probably. Either that or it was something over there and then Home Depot bought the company and just they let it continue to be what it is, but they own it,
It's pretty much the same
I'd
store,
imagine
man.
so.
I love it. Fucking dude, right? How about this for a fucking fantastic idea for a TV show that I reckon would be one of the most popular TV shows in the fucking in the world. Right. Dude, you love the A-Team, do you?
No.
You don't like the A-Team?
I mean, I know who they are, but I don't love them.
Well, right, like every single episode, they found themselves in a situation where they had to create a tank or some massive weapon out of the fucking surroundings.
I've never watched an episode.
Well, that's kind of what they did, right? They found themselves in a stupid situation and they had to turn the bed frame into a fucking tank and all that stuff to get out of the... Man, I was thinking...
So it was like 4 men They'd take, like four-man MacGyvers.
Yeah, that's essentially what they were. They were out at the same time. I'm going to need to actually check to see who did it first, who was out first, MacGyver or A-Team. Because
Just
it's
saying Richard Dean Anderson, MacGyver is one man,
Right, well, anyway.
Takes four of them to equal him.
Here's my idea for the TV show.
Captain Jack O'Neill, fucking get the goddamn job done.
Two fucking teams, because it would have to be teams, or you could do solo contestants, but then you'd need help with building shit. So two teams pit against each other, but they get locked for like 24 hours in Home Depot, and they've got to build this. They've got access to everything in the fucking store, and got to build some mad contraption to win the fucking contest or whatever the contest is that day, man. How fucking cool would that be?
They essentially have that exact show.
Do they?
Except they set it in a junkyard.
Yes.
You have all the
the
tools.
Fucking scrap heap challenge, man.
Yeah, like all the tools you need.
Yeah. And then you
gotta
all the fucking
utilize
engines. Yeah, man.
The scrapyard.
We'll scrap that idea then.
Yeah. And like I remember.
I reckon it'll still
one...
work because it's B&Q, and you've got shiny new tools and brand spanking new bits of wood to use and stuff. I reckon that'd be. I would watch it. A cleaner version of scrap.
Yeah, depends on what they're constructing. I would think,
Well, just like episode 1 would have to be like turn a bed into a tank. It doesn't have to shoot anything, this tank. It doesn't have to shoot any projectiles, but at least turn the bed into a moving vehicle. Just something stupid like that, man. The best one wins.
Yeah, I mean, Home Depot's not known for their wheels.
Yeah, but they've all got fucking wheelbarrows and stuff that you could take wheels off of.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
What about that movie where what the fuck is it? Denzel Washington kills a bunch of people inside of a Home Depot.
I don't think I've seen that.
The Equalizer, I think it's called.
What the hell? I never watched that because the Equalizer I know. The Equalizer, the rest of the UK knows because the Denzel's the American movie version because it was never a movie, it was a TV show. But anyway, he was a 60-year-old, he was a middle-aged, fat, balding white man, and he's been replaced with good-looking Denzel that's toned like a motherfucker.
Well, what was the premise of that?
He just kind of fixes people's problems, kind of. Like,
okay, yeah, same thing. I mean, I would rather watch Denzel than a fat white dude.
Man, I think I just genuinely think I don't think I could take it serious knowing that Denzel's now the Equalizer. Dude, Google Edward Woodward. That was his name. That guy is who Denzel's playing. I'm actually going to Google it. He might actually even be dead, man. Edward Woodward. It comes up the Equalizer top of the list.
I don't know, man. Denzel.
Oh, he died in 2009. I wonder if he was the Equalizer. Edward Woodward. He looked like he might have been a bit of a bruiser back in the 70s and shit, but knowing the Equalizer, he was a fucking fat old man.
I don't know, man. He doesn't look like it. I mean, yeah, he looks like a regular middle-aged man. Like you say fat, and I think of like someone who's actually fat. Like this guy.
No, well, I'm
at
comparing
most,
him.
Maybe has some pudge.
Yeah, but I'm comparing him to Denzel though.
Yeah, but Denzel's not like cut.
There he is. Denzel's fucking solid, man.
How do you know this? You got a fucking pipeline to Denzel? Sends you pictures every day?
He sends me dick pics every day.
Hey,
man.
Frankie boy. Looking solid today. Yeah. All right, man. I'm gonna jerk off to that later.
So how did he even get my fucking contact details, man? How
Hey.
does he know me? Every day Denzel sends me a dick pic.
With Denzel, you don't ask, all right? He's the Equalizer, man. He'll fucking take you down. Like, he kills someone with a fucking book in the movie. It's dope.
And he sticks a grenade up somebody's ass in another movie, man. Remember he ties a guy to the boot of a car and sticks a bomb up his ass?
Yeah, Man on Fire, I believe.
That's right.
Trying to find the little girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
In this one, so he works at Home Depot. Like, that's not Home Depot, but he works at a hardware store, right? Because he's done with the life. That's the premise of the first one. And obviously he's sitting at this diner and like something happens. This girl fucking these guys are fucking roughing her up, so he takes them down, and like shit like that or whatever. At one point though, he needs to kill someone because they did something bad. So while he's at work, he takes a sledgehammer off the shelf.
Sweet, is that his
Takes
weapon
it
of
home.
choice?
Well, it's even better. Takes it home, fucking kills the dude with it, cleans it, puts it back on the shelf the next day.
Oh, sweet. So somebody will come and buy it, not knowing it's a fucking murder weapon, man.
Right? But imagine, so the climax of the movie is he's locked inside the store.
What's this movie
at
called
night.
again? Sorry, man.
The Equalizer.
Oh, shit, of course.
Fucking Christ,
Because I was
man.
just, I'm going to Google this. This sounds actually quite good.
So the climax of the movie is, he got in trouble. Like, he saved this girl. These people know who he is. They're hunting him down, and he leads them to the hardware store when it's closed. And it's like essentially what you said. Like, he's got everything available to him to kill all these people.
Sweet, man.
And he fucking does, and it's pretty beautiful.
So how does he become the Equalizer then? Fixing other people's problems?
Essentially what they kind of, because you don't learn too much in the first one. You got to watch the second one, and they kind of give you a little bit of
there's
his
two now.
backstory.
There's two.
Yeah, they made a second one because the second one ties into who he is, why he is that way.
Mm-hmm.
And he was an agent.
So the first one's an origin
an
story.
organization.
Yeah. Oh, right, cool.
And
cool. That's how he was able to
and
fight
so
and all that shit.
he's retired. Like, his wife died, and when his wife died, he didn't want to do it anymore, and so he retired, and he's living this quiet life. In the first one, working at a hardware store. In the second one, I don't know where he's working. Oh, actually, in the second one, no, he's moved on from his quiet life, and now he is literally just going around helping people whenever he can.
Mm-hmm.
So the first movie, it's kind of like he's lost, and he finds that way of going around and helping people that are in trouble that can't be helped on their own. Like the second one starts out, and he rescues this girl from her like abusive mafia like father and brings her back to the mother. Like across country, like cross borders and everything.
I like it.
It's
man.
good.
I'm gonna give it a bash. Like, it's not as if I've got fucking much else to do in these fucking foreseeable future.
I like how it didn't even take me like 10 minutes from you going, I couldn't take it seriously, to I think I might watch that.
only because
fool.
they've got the TV show idea of fucking being locked in a B&Q and building anything you like. And the hammer scene and putting the hammer back, that kind of sold it for me. That was clever.
Oh, it's cool too because the way he plays the character, he's very precise and meticulous. So like, he'll sit there and right before he gets into a fight, he'll start his stopwatch on his wrist. He'll like click the time, and then when he's taking everyone out and he does it quick, he stops it again just to check, just to see how long it took. But he's one of those people that analyzes the setting, analyzes the setting and utilizes everything in the immediate area to his advantage. Like, there's a cup full of tea that's getting thrown in someone's face.
Yeah,
there's a
boy.
stool that's getting kicked at someone. He's got a book that's getting jammed into their throat.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. And the second one has Pedro Pascal, however you
So
wanna
it's
say it.
no Denzel in the next thing, no.
No. It is Denzel, but it also has.
Cool.
And
Is he the
who-
antagonist and the protagonist?
no, he's one of his old agent buddies.
Cool.
Do you know who that is? Pedro Pascal.
Is that the guy that's the Mandalorian?
He's the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And he was in Game of
I
Thrones.
will be your hero, and he gets his fucking ass kicked.
He was in Narcos, a lot of stuff. Like, once I saw him in Mandalorian, I started seeing him everywhere, and I was like, this motherfucker's in everything.
Yeah, he's been in everything. He was in fucking Anchorman and that as well, was he?
Oh, maybe.
He was.
He
was one of the rival teams, man. One of the rival Anchormen.
Yes. Damn. Speaking of seeing people in movies that, like, now that they're big, you're like, holy fuck, they were in this.
Yeah, man.
Did you ever watch the Riddick movies with Vin Diesel?
Nah, I didn't. I watched the first one. Harris watched them.
Okay,
He
the
loves
first
all
one-
that shit. Yeah, I think he's read the books of them as well, man. Eh?
The first one was Pitch Black, right?
Yeah.
And he's a prisoner being transported, and they crash on this planet that has 2 suns, and they realize the suns are about to go down for like a couple years, and hidden in caves on the planet are nocturnal creatures, monsters. So the second the 2 suns go down, they're suddenly trapped on a planet filled with flying nocturnal monsters. Really good. I really liked it just for what it is. Like, it's very, like, you know, like, and the premise kind of is Vin Diesel plays Riddick, and Riddick is almost just as much of a monster as these monsters on the planet. So the humans, like, I mean, he's a human, but the rest of the people are like, okay, we got to get off. We got to survive them. We also have to survive him, but we also need his help, but he needs our help. You know what I mean? So it's like pretty good. The second one got really weird, in the sense of like they took him into more of a like civilized setting, and he's like battling these weird necro monger army people. I don't. The second one's not that great. There's some good parts in it, like when he goes to the prison planet Crematoria. But the second one's like, man, you know. The third one though, I just rewatched the third one, and it came out in like 2000.
I didn't even know there was a third one.
13 or something. This one actually is really good because it's back to the basics of Riddick at the beginning is stranded on.
Vin Diesel in it again, is it?
Yeah, it's Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel through all 3 of them.
Of course, because nobody else is
Riddick
hiring
again
them. What else is he going
is
to do?
stranded on again a desert hostile planet with monsters, and he has to figure out a way to survive. And like, you know, he eventually, like, you know, like he survives because he is like savage himself, like he's an animal himself. They always kind of lead into, and then you find out that same thing as in the first one, some event is going to start happening on the planet that will enable for a horde of monsters to be loosed upon that planet. And so he finds a distress beacon, and he sets it knowing that mercenaries, bounty hunters, will be looking for him because he's got like a $10 million bounty on his head. And when they show up, he's got to kill them and steal their ship before the monsters come. Again, like, you know, if you like Vin Diesel, or if you just like, you know, like a kind of a action-y movie, they're very entertaining. But the reason I bring it up is because motherfucking Dave Bautista, fucking Drax the Destroyer from Guardians of the Galaxy, is in Riddick, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's like, I would have never known if he hadn't have been Drax. Now that he's Drax, now that he's famous.
Yeah, now that he's been in
you
the
know,
biggest
like,
movie of all time, eh?
Here's a reason you might want to watch it. Do you know who Katie Sackhoff is?
No.
Did you watch the new Battlestar Galactica?
I tried to watch it, man. It was just too fast, too much. But I enjoyed the original Battlestar when I was a child as well.
So Katie Sackhoff played Starbuck in the new one.
Cool.
And she's, because of that, she is like synonymous with sci-fi and pop culture shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like how the chick that played Seven of Nine in
Star Trek
Voyager is like she didn't have to play that role, but when you see her, you think sci-fi. Katie Sackhoff is like that, and surprisingly, you see side boob in this with nipple and everything.
Ooh, I love a wee bit of side boob, man.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
I like
There's
it.
a little Katie Sackhoff nipple.
I
All
think
right.
I might go watch some of her stuff now. Which movie was that? I'll
Movie
write, I'll
just
write that down as well.
Immediately, the movie got a lot better. I was like, all right, I did not expect boob in this, but
I was like, when I was watching White Men Can't Jump, and I was like, this is actually a really good movie. And then the booby scene come in. Oh, this is a great movie, man.
you just jumped that up by like 5 points.
He took a shot from the centre ring, man. Centre court, sorry. How many points do you get in basketball if you score from the other half? If you do a big mad lob right up the fucking court?
Go sports. yay, sports. I know so much about
Yeah,
sports,
but I thought you might have
especially
knew the
baskets
points
and
in
stuff.
basketball, man. I should know it, to be quite honest, because I played for my high school team for a wee while before I just got really
You
bored
should
with it.
know. I've never played basketball. I have no desire to play basketball.
It's fun.
I would not know.
I like it, man. Although I've not played it for decades, absolute decades.
Yeah, I've not played basketball, baseball, football. I played soccer, but whatever. That's because I was a little fat kid. My mom was trying to skinny me up.
One of the bars, the live music venues I was working in, I had one of the young guys. He was only maybe like fucking 10 years younger. Your age, he'll be about ages with you, right? But this was a fucking while ago, so he was in his early 20s. He played American football, and I'm like, why is a Scottish guy playing American? Like, why is there even an American football
That's right.
team?
I said soccer. My bad.
No, the soccer's a whole new thing. I'm talking about your football, your American
Yeah,
football.
I know. Yeah, you're talking about football, not football.
Yeah, football. Well, anyway, so I was taking the piss at him saying that American football is just like a gay version of rugby. He's like, what are you talking about? It's like, well, you've all got pads on and helmets on and shit. You don't see anybody in rugby doing it's just rugby is just the same thing but without the pads. It's like you're playing the poofy version of rugby. And he's like, I'm going to bring in my pads tomorrow and tackle you, right? And see how hard it is.
I don't know, man.
And I'm like, fucking bring them in, man. Bring them in. So I put his chest plate on, and he tightened it, got it all nice and snug and shit, and then I got the helmet on, and I felt fucking pretty invincible when I was wearing this, right? And he's like, right, so, are you ready? I'm like, you can't tackle me right now, because we're standing behind the bar, and amongst other glasses and bottles of whiskey and shit. But he just grabbed the bottom of the chest plate and fucking threw it up, man. It's jammed me right in the neck underneath the chin whip. He took the proper closed my windpipe with this thing, man. So I'm sitting going, and he's laughing his tits off going, Poof's rugby, is that Poof's rugby? So I get up.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing, right? He starts backing off. So I chase him thinking, I'm going to tackle you fucker, man. But he fucking knew what he was doing because he played the sport. He let me run at him full speed. He sidestepped, grabbed the fucking visor, the grill on the front, and just fucking threw me to the deck, man. I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
So everything you're wearing is a weapon against you, man. This isn't nice. He's got, is it a Poof's rugby now? He's got, nah, man. I take my hat after that. Like, I'm fucking sore, and I've not even touched the ball yet. Yeah. So that was my experience of American football.
Yeah, I've actually I played rugby in school for gym, and there are similarities, but the rules are different. Like passing and everything is weird. Like you can't pass forward or something. I
have no idea, man. No fucking idea.
Like as you have to like I think rugby is like mainly like running the ball, like, and you're trying to not necessarily like getting the ball to the other side in any way possible. It's like you got to run yourself or your team through to the other side. Whereas football, you can sit there, you can fucking kick it, you can throw it. I mean, I'm not sure. A long time ago when I played in school.
There's a lot of starting and stopping in football. Like a lot of starting and stopping.
Yeah, well, so what it is for each little bit, like you get the ball, right? Mm-hmm. You then have 4 tries to move that ball 10 feet. Or 10 yards, or whatever. Yeah, 10 yards.
All right, just the next marker. Is that why all these lines are across the field then?
Yes, yes. And so, say your first down, you only move it 2 yards. All right, so you still have 3 more downs to get it 8 more yards. You know what I mean? Or if you get pushed back 2 yards, then you got 3 more rounds to get 12.
So
and if you don't get it in by the fourth quarter, then the ball switches to them. That's why normally, if they don't have it by the fourth quarter, they'll fucking huck the ball down the field. Mm-hmm. Because hopefully they'll have a guy down there to catch it, and that'll immediately, like, that's obviously more than, the 10 yards.
I was just going to ask that. So
but
you don't really
someone
need
else
to stick
catches
to the
it,
10 yards. You could go as long as you like, but 10 yards
Yeah, you can go as long as you like, yeah. But if the other team catches it, well, they're closer to the other side of the field and farther away from the goal that they need to reach. You know what I mean? So it's like twofold. Yeah. Or if you think you're close enough, you could just kick the ball and try and get a field goal, and you still get points. And the ball switches to the other side, but you still get points.
Do you know what the fucking origin is of the shape of that ball, man? Because it's not even a ball. The same with rugby. I have no idea why
it
the
has
fucking
something
thing's
to do
that
with
shape.
back when it was first started being played. You can actually like
I'll bet
look
you,
up like
I'll bet you it was because the original ball was made out of like a pig's guts and stuff, like a proper animal leather and all that shit. But
yeah, that's why they call it pigskin.
because it had big heavy guys fucking piling on top of it, it got squished and out of shape, so they just decided to keep it that shape for fucking... It's going to end up that shape anyway.
Probably a little bit more involved in that, but probably not far off.
You were being smacked in the face with a proper leather ball, man. It stings.
No, I don't think I've ever been slacked in the face with a leather ball.
I don't mean deliberately. I mean like gotten away having a game of football and you just fucking gotten away with a fucking...
I don't play football. Like I
Not even when
may
you were a child.
once
man.
in my life had played a game with friends, and I did nothing. I don't care about sports, man.
I tried playing it on the fucking Sega Master System. I can't remember which game it was, but the starting and stopping was too much for me. I was like, nah, I need activity. I'm a fucking child. Give me something that moves.
Well, it's a game of strategy as well.
Yeah, but no fucking 6-year-olds wanting to play games of strategy either.
No.
Hey, Alan, you play games of strategy, you little fuck, don't you? Man, there's the shed in the back garden that has been fucking absolutely roasting all day. Like enough for me to be going about with my boobs out. That's how fucking hot it is. But the shed is even hotter because it's had the sun shining on it all day, and it's made of wood, and the fucking glass windows are just amplifying the heat. Alan's been in there all day, man. He fucking enjoys it. He loves that toasty shed. It takes my fucking breath away walking in. Kind of like that's how fucking hot it is. Catches your breath. He's like, nah, mate, I fucking love it. It's bonkers. Dogs pure love the heat.
Like cats like sleep on top of laptops, and like if you turn the dryer on, the cat's gonna be up there. The patch of sunlight on the ground, cat's gonna fucking lay in it.
We never really see the cat here, man. It stays up the stairs. Like never comes, especially when Alan's here. That cat doesn't come down the stairs. Does it? Fuck. I think I've only ever seen it down the stairs once when Alan was here, and it just had a wee look about. Saw Alan, made eye contact with it, and it turned round and headed. I said, nah, not today, motherfucker.
Yeah. Speaking of playing games, so I see that you've downloaded Warzone.
Dude, man. Wait till you see the footage of me going...
Just through the training?
Just the training. Dude, I got through the training, no bother, right? Except for the mount your weapon on the fucking wall. Dude, it had a diagram of a mouse, and it said press, and then it showed you a mouse with a number 5 on it. And I'm like, I've got a gaming mouse, but there isn't a 5th button. So what is this talking about? Dude, it took me fucking forever. Actually, you know how it's got the guy that plays Deathstroke that does the voice, and he's like, shoot this, and then go through here, and then you do all that, and he says, now, go up to the wall, take cover, and mount your weapon. Dude, he must have said that about 20 times, and I couldn't have figured. So I'm screaming at him like, dude, I'm going to fucking shoot you in the fucking face if you say that one more fucking time. I can't wait to fucking meet you. You fuck you, Deathstroke. Honestly, I got the proper gaming rage with just trying to figure out how to mount a weapon. Yeah, I screen grabbed it, so it'll be a fun wee laugh for other people. I'll get to see a nice wee raging side of Frankie for a change. Oh,
I read that. It was just like, oh, fucking A, that's hilarious.
How did you figure it out? Because you're on the keyboard and mouse as well, yeah?
I'm using a controller that I plugged into my
that'll be
computer.
why then. That'll be why.
Yep. It's a lot easier playing a video game with a controller.
As soon as I got into the map, though, I'm like, I've definitely played this map before. This is on the actual Call of Duty games, man.
Yeah. So did you end up playing any of the game, like the Warzone, where you get dropped in a huge map and it slowly shrinks?
Yeah. And I got one guy got killed. I got killed straight away, right? And some guy revived. I got put in the gulag. Somebody got me out, and the guy, I was left with just a 2-man team because the guy that, I think he was just pissed off that his whole team was dying and just fucking pissed off he had to go back and revive them. So it was just me and him. And then, dude, how do you talk on the game? What do you do?
I don't know.
Because I thought it
I
would
don't know.
be
I don't
caps locked.
because I'm always playing with my buddies, and we're always using Discord.
Well, anyway, this foreign guy, I think he was Spanish or something, he eventually started talking over it, and just to tell me to get my ass moving and shit. He's like, "Oi, fucking get over here and get this done." Like, stop running back there. It's like, this guy's losing the plot with me.
Oh yeah. Well, he could see that you're like level 1, so he's like, "This fucking guy, I know how to play."
Because now that I know exactly what it is, I'm proper up for having a mad session on it, man. But I'm glad that that's the training part out of the way. It's essentially the same buttons as the usual PC game setup thing. But that press Z instead of number 5 on a mouse. Dude, I went through every fucking button on the keyboard before it worked. Oh, fuck, the last button. I went from A to Z, you bastards.
That game gets hard though, because like it gets closer to the end, and the circle is so tiny, and there's still like 20 people left. I think I've won once where I actually had the last kill.
Cool.
And then I was in a group with my buddies, and I had already died, but they ended up winning. So I've only gotten first place like twice, and I've been playing the game for over a month.
I got
forever.
first place in the training session, and then absolutely killed with no kills on my scorecard either.
Yeah. I ended up getting the full game. I ended up paying for it so that I could play just the regular team deathmatch, because I'm a lot better at team deathmatch.
Is that game just the one map? Is that just the same map over and over again?
Yeah. So Warzone is the free version, so it's always going to be that giant map, but the circle is going to shrink in a different position every single time. So it forces a change up every single match.
That's good though, because you will eventually learn the whole map.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there people are. I'm sure people already know the whole thing.
Fucking knew it years ago from the original game, and I just come on and kick everybody's asses. Yeah, it was fun.
So on a good Warzone match, I'll get like maybe 6 kills or something. On an average multiplayer team deathmatch, I'll get like 20 kills. So there's, one of them you're like, all right, well, 6 kills, took me like 30 minutes to get them.
Do you aim better with a controller?
I do, yeah. I know that if you're used to it, then the keyboard and mouse is better for aiming. But I'm not used to it, so I use what I've been using for.
I'm kind of glad that I got used to it. I was going to get I've got controllers there. I even got a pretty good controller for the PC off of Lee. But I'm kind of glad that I forced myself to just stick with the keyboard and mouse. The controller doesn't work with DayZ. That'll be why I couldn't have played. So I had no choice but to learn the keyboard and mouse for DayZ.
Yeah. Well, DayZ, though, you want the keyboard because there's so many buttons, so many things.
Yeah, your interaction menus. But then it's on console. They've kind of laid out your tab to get your inventory. They've laid that out like Grand Theft Auto's inventory on the PlayStation on the console. Kind of just comes up as a wheel, and you select whatever you like for the wheel.
Is DayZ on Steam?
Yeah.
Then if it's on Steam, then I can't imagine that it wouldn't have controller support.
Oh, it will do now because it's a finished game, but back in the fucking alpha and beta mode, it didn't. I wasn't supporting any of that shit. Like,
yeah.
My wee sister started playing it for the first time as well today, and she said straight away she was already pissed off because she couldn't find food. It's fucking hard, man. It's not a game that you could just jump on and have fun instantly. Well, it was back in the day because it was so many people playing it.
I don't know. It's fun, but it's like. I just didn't know how to do anything. All I did was just keep collecting gear, and I'm like, well, I want to like hunker down and find a base, and I'm like, I don't know how to build anything. Like, I don't know how to make anything.
The base building's been updated now, man. You could walk into any house now and just rip up the floorboards from the house and start building. Rip up fences and fences, floorboards, doors, the lot, and just start building your shit. Some people have built like watchtowers in the middle of roads and stuff, so you can't even drive your car through the road because the cunt's built a watchtower. 2 seconds. Eddie! Shut up! Fucking shouting at people walking past, man. Nobody's allowed to walk past this house without getting shouted at.
Don't I fucking know that hassle? No one's allowed to fucking make a noise within 5 yards of this house before Bigby's gonna lose his shit. Like, look, man, you're not the neighborhood police, all right? Can you chill?
It's bonkers.
Can you chill, dude? So, I'm fucking sitting on the toilet the other day, and when I went to go stand up, the seat stuck to my legs a little bit, so it goes up and then it slams down.
Yeah, man.
Like, right? Nothing big.
Yeah.
Bigby loses his shit because he hears a strange noise in the house that he's not aware of what it is, and he just starts fucking going ape shit, running through the house. I'm like, meanwhile, I'm wiping my ass. I can't do anything to stop him because I'm in the bathroom, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Oh.
You can't even shout at them because it makes them worse. They think you're joining in as well. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, you hear it as well. Yeah, fucking, who is that?
Yeah, come on, yeah. Yeah, I know, right, yeah. Fucking, yeah, there was a noise. Yeah.
I'd love to fucking, man, do you think, I know this is pure sci-fi as fuck, but do you think there'll ever be a day when we could, man, somebody, I'm going to need to Google that. I fucking just remembered just thinking about that there. I was about to say, do you think there'll ever be a day where we can successfully communicate with an animal, any animal? But then, not that long ago, a couple of years ago, there was a fucking doctor, some mad scientist guy that was on the breakthrough, like nearly finished, nearly finalised, just polishing it up. A fucking... The language of dolphins, man. He'd figured out certain fucking frequencies of fucking what the dolphins were communicating with, and like worked out how to reply to them and shit with his fucking technology. Man, it's cool as fuck, man. So that
I heard about a place where they actually installed a large like touchscreen type thing in the dolphin's tank, and the dolphins learned to use it.
Man, that was awesome. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're smart as fuck.
The thing about that, though, the thing I got to ask about that, though, so for, like, whales, because I know whales have languages, but whales' languages are very specific to the herd that they are born in.
Yeah, man.
So do you think dolphins are the same? Do you think dolphins have a universal language, or if they have family languages?
Yeah.
Which, in a sense, knowing the family language of one dolphin will give you a basis to go off of for the other ones, but then you got to imagine as many languages as there are on the human languages on the planet.
Exactly.
They could be just the same dolphin languages,
and then
or whale languages.
Can you learn all dolphin languages and then pick pieces of them to make your Mandarin version of dolphin speak?
Hold on. That means go fuck yourself, Frankie. Slightly better looking version of me.
I knew that wasn't going to be a nice thing that you said. Like, it didn't sound like it was nice. I'm like, yeah, I deserve this.
Who's a slightly better looking version of me now, huh?
A slightly dumber version of you now.
After listening to that shit.
What started that? Yeah, I just want to understand what's going on in a fucking dog's head, man. Just for 5 minutes.
I don't think we'll ever be able to communicate like that with a dog.
Yeah, but
we can train dogs to understand us better. Mm-hmm. I don't think we will be able to ever really take their barks and understand. Well, it's like cats. Cats don't meow to each other.
Yeah, that's right. They're pure proper
cats meow
silent,
at humans and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck's going on with that?
I never thought about that, because they don't even meow at dogs. Like, there's still a silent communication. They'll hiss
and growl at each other, but they don't meow at each other. It's a thing they do to manipulate humans. Like, unfortunately, like, it's true.
That's cool.
So it's like, you can never understand. I mean, you can pretty much always understand a cat when they're like, meow, and you're like, food?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I know you want food.
Mm-hmm. That's the same. I know that one as well. I know that one all too well. Now that I know that, I'm gonna try and teach the cat at least one word. Just one word.
Hey, Jack. You talk a lot, don't you, buddy? I got a cat over here. He's coming. He fucking meows he's one of the most vocal cats I've ever heard. Where you at, buddy? Come here. Meow. Come on, cry or something. course, he's going to be completely silent. No, don't nose the mic. Don't rub your head on the mic. No, stop.
Don't just sniff the mic. Don't just sniff the mic. Don't just sniff the mic. Psych.
You're literally pushing the mic away from my mouth when you rub on it like that. All right, bye, Jack. That was enough. Get
See you
out of
later,
here.
Jack. It's nice having you on the show.
Jack used to be a huge scaredy cat. A huge scaredy cat. If he saw me, he'd fucking run. And I'm not gonna lie, it annoyed me, so I didn't make it better. I would tease him. And then he had surgery once, and he came home and he was high as shit, hopped up, on the pain medication.
Oh yeah,
from
so the
surgery.
two of you were like, yeah, boy, just fist bump each other.
Yeah, dude, that's all it took. After that, we're best buddies. Like I cuddled with him, whatever, and I just got him purring and everything. Played with him while he was high, and he's not scared of me now.
That's awesome, man. I like it.
Still skittish, like he's still skittish cat, but he's
Yeah.
not scared of me or Katie.
That's like
or anyone.
Minx talks to me. She'll give me a wee head rub and stuff, but yeah, she won't let me proper interact. I managed to pick her up twice, and on the second time I got proper clawed on the way. I'm like, okay, like I know not to pick you up now, man. No, you'll come to me. But yeah, and I get the meows, the high pitched meows, and as soon as she knows her bowl's getting food put into it, those pitches get higher and louder. And I'm like, yeah, you know it's coming, man, don't you?
Oh yeah, they start getting more frantic. You're like, Jesus, all right, fucking don't knock the bowl out of my hand as I'm trying to give it to you.
Do you think? But then you don't have any kids, because I was saying was thinking like. Maybe they've learnt it from kids, like they've heard a kid crying, and so if I make a whining noise, I'll get food. But yeah, not
Okay,
all
you
cats
understand
know
though that like that's not something that a nowadays cat would have to learn to meow by seeing a kid. This is something that cats learn.
Oh yeah, centuries ago, long
centuries ago,
time
and they
ago,
just
man, yeah.
instinctively know how to do it now. Like, how do I fool this mook? Oh, that's right, I meow at him. Look at him. He's fucking shoveling out my shit from a box. Yeah. You fucking pathetic human. I'm a cat.
I wonder.
Fuck you, Jack.
Well, I suppose it's the fucking cat litter. I wonder what makes the cat decide I'm going to sleep in every other box but shit in this one. But it's the cat litter that.
Well, you
makes
have
that.
to you have to train them. Like easiest way I find to train a cat is when you get a kitten. Hopefully, like you show them the litter box right away, and hopefully you have another cat that's gone to the bathroom there so they can smell it and see it. But if that doesn't work, and you have your litter box down, typically a cat will, at least I find, will go to the bathroom in the same spot multiple times. And so you find out where that spot is, you clean it up, and you move the litter box there. And then they keep going to the spot, and then once they've been going to that spot, then you can move it wherever you need, and they still know. But it's like I had every cat I've had to train to use the fucking litter box simply, not too hard, but it's like I don't think they instinctively were like, look at that sand, I'd like to shit in there.
Man, Freddie Mercury's cats, right? He had a whole bunch of cats, and they clearly had litter boxes that they were supposed to do their thing in. But all his cats liked to take a piss in his bedroom on his big, long fucking velvet fucking curtains that were gold lined and shit, like they draped all over the floor. He says he knew when his cats were there because his curtains were soggy.
Well, it's like Mouse, my gray fat cat, Mouse. He likes to piss and shit in the tub.
That's cool.
And I'm like, okay, man,
Yeah, that's cool with me. I'd clean that.
I'm fine.
No matter.
Yeah.
At least, yeah. That's cool with me.
Cool thing is too, sometimes you'll go in and like I'll sit down on the toilet, take a shit, or I'll stand there and take a piss. And I look over and he's like in the bathtub staring at me like,
I was here first, bitch.
he's like pinching one off while I'm pinching one off, and then we just like make eye contact and we mentally like fist bump. Yeah, bro, take that shit, pinch it off.
Man, that's handy though, because you don't have a
about-
fucking litter box to clean. If your cat's already doing that and that's its preferred choice of fucking toilet area, man, you don't. Yeah, I wouldn't even buy a litter. I wouldn't like stop buying litter and shit. Like, what's the point?
Well, we have 3 cats.
right, yeah. That
So-
would make sense.
You're supposed to have.
So you've got one intelligent cat and 2 assholes then.
Yeah, you're supposed to have one more litter box than you do have cats.
Do you?
So 3 cats. We're supposed to have 4 litter boxes.
I didn't know that.
But we have 2, and then we've got the tub. So it works out. Speaking of that, I want to ask. Okay, so I don't know if I ever went over this with you. I had an idea when I was at work, and it's not like an idea that I want to implement. It was just an idea that I was like, well, that's kind of fucked up.
I like it already.
Did I ever talk to you about, like, if wearing a diaper was acceptable as an adult?
No. What's...
Because, like, it's acceptable as a baby, right?
Well, it's acceptable as a pensioner as well.
And it's acceptable as an old person, right? But what if throughout your entire life, elementary school, high school, working life, everything, it was acceptable to wear a diaper, right? Just imagine that. Now I want you to imagine some of the scenarios that
full diaper scenarios.
So you're standing there at work, and you're all in a meeting, right?
Half of you are taking.
You're all in a meeting, and your boss is explaining what you're going to be doing for the day.
And his face just starts getting redder.
And as he's going, he kind of just like, all right, so today we're going to... and we're going to stalk... Okay, and then we're going to have you... Frank, we're going to have you... Oh, okay, over there. You're going to be over there, Frank. And John, you're going to be over here working. You know, like...
Dude,
can you just imagine?
That's a sketch waiting to be filmed, man. That's a winner. That is a winner.
How fucked up that would be, though.
Man, and you could just start it
at work.
Just like what you did with me. Just like, imagine a world where, like, diapers,
imagine a
and
world
then just cut to that world, man.
Like,
cut to the scenario you just explained, the fucking board meeting.
Or imagine like say it's not that. Yeah, you're in a board meeting, and like there's one dude that's like not talking, and like he doesn't make any noise. You just see his like one of his eyes slightly closed, and then the room just starts smelling like shit. And you're like, John, can you fucking wait?
Could you stop having Vindaloo? We told you we hate this fucking Vindaloo smell that you come in with.
It's like, fucking John had asparagus last night for dinner. Fucking Christ, man. Jesus. Like, or he'd be like, Mary, it's the 4th time in 2 hours. What did you fucking eat last night?
Right, so, dude, in that scenario, right, in that this new world that we've created, which now exists in a fucking multiverse somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Once we're adults, are we still savages? Like, do we still wear disposables when we know how much they harm the planet? Or do we have, like, reusable nappies once we're fucking adults and stuff? Like, do we... when we change, do we bin that shit?
Or do
we wash
biodegradable,
it? Yeah.
Biodegradable.
Okay.
Like,
so
depends.
so we're not walking about with a dirty nappy in a bag to take home with. Yeah. So we
no.
chuck that
Yeah,
in
no.
a
You
bin. Yeah.
take it, and now I imagine too, there'd be 2 sets of trash cans now. Every single trash can station, like every single place that there was one trash can, there'd be a next one.
Because females have a
for
trash
your
can
shit.
for their sanitary towels and stuff next to their toilets. So there would be 2 trash cans in their toilet, one for their sanitary towels and one for their diapers.
They'll have 3, one for their regular trash, one for their sanitary, and one for their shit and piss. I tell you, you'd cut down on toilets. You know?
you would just need changing rooms, man. Yeah. Changing rooms with sinks in them so we could wash with.
I bet baby powder would fucking price of baby powder would just skyrocket, right?
Yeah.
Like
and
getting
Vaseline and
rash.
stuff like that. Anything to stop you getting a nappy rash. Yeah.
Can you imagine how disgusting we would be as a fucking society if we shit in our pants and walked around?
Yeah, and then you go to a nightclub, you pull somebody,
take
them home, and they've already shit their nappy.
Fuck. Have you seen Train Spotting?
Yeah, man. Have I seen Train
fuck, it reminds
Spotting?
me of when what's his fucking Spud or whatever goes home with that
They're my
chick and
sheets,
he's too
Spud.
drunk
No,
and
it's
he wakes
okay.
up
I'll
and-
wash them. They're my sheets, Spud. And the old boy's like, oh, don't worry about it, son. It does a man good to break loose once in a while. It's the way the thing's hanging, like this big sack of jobbies just hanging. Right?
Oh yeah. Oh. God damn, I love that movie. Second one's not bad.
The second one's a
Second one's
good
not bad.
payoff to the story, like a where are they now kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the first one's phenomenal.
One of the first Ewan McGregor movies I ever saw because my sister fell in love with him.
I think it might have been my first as well, actually.
And did the thing that she would do when we were growing up is she would find a male actor that she liked and she would watch everything that he
watch
did.
all
Now,
this shit.
me being, I got no one else but my sister, like I would watch it all with her. So like have you ever seen Velvet Goldmine?
I think so. That's ringing a bell.
It's a movie where Ewan McGregor plays like a rock star or whatever.
Ah, right, yeah. I've not seen it.
The only thing I remember about it is he's on stage at one point performing and he's jumping up and down and his fucking pants come down and you can see his fucking cock and balls. And I'm just like, I don't know if I should be watching this as a
this
kid.
Obi-Wan's Bobby one.
Yeah, well, this is way before Obi-Wan, but yeah, like, well, probably not when I watched it, because that's probably how my
Is
sister.
that before? Man, I think maybe Trainspotting was his first before he did the other Velvet Underground or whatever the fuck it was called.
Velvet Goldmine.
Goldmine.
Just one of my favorite movies in general. He's in it, but is A Life Less Ordinary. It is such a silly, weird movie. It's him and Cameron Diaz, and Cameron Diaz is the daughter of like this, head of a company, and Ewan McGregor works as a janitor at that company, and he gets fired one day and replaced by a robot, and so he decides to go in and shoot the owner of the company, and the owner of the company is actually played by Bilbo.
Shit hot, man.
What's his name? Ian something, I think.
I know what you're talking about, man. Yeah.
And so he goes in, shit goes wrong, and he ends up. She just so happened to be in the building, Cameron Diaz, when it happens. He ends up kidnapping her.
Wait a minute, are you talking about young Bilbo or old Bilbo?
Old
Yeah,
Bilbo.
Yeah, I've got you.
Yeah, not
Martin fucking
Freeman.
Yeah.
Not Martin Freeman. No.
Yeah, the older guy.
Ian. Fuck. But anyways, the premise and like at first, like, he's like, all right, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but like, hey, I'm gonna get this, and then like he wakes up the next day and she's broken out, and he's like, well, fuck me, and she's like, no, we're gonna get money from my dad. Fuck my dad. I'm gonna help you fake this fucking kidnapping, and then we're gonna split the money, and I'm gonna fucking dip out when we're done. So it's them trying to get money from her dad. Ian Holm.
That's the one. That's the one.
Is that's
No, but I
Bilbo.
just thought of, man, right? There's another Ewan McGregor movie. It's a good few years old, probably about 10 years old now, actually. I cannot remember the fucking name of it. It's set, man, I think it might be set nowadays, because you know how the symptoms, the latest shit from the COVID is the sense of taste disappears and your fucking sense of smell disappears.
Yeah.
Right, well, this movie that Ewan McGregor's he plays a chef. That's his main. That's his character's job. Is he's a chef, right? And for no reason whatsoever, the entire world suddenly loses its sense of taste, and so his business is starting to get fucked and shit. But this is just the start of it, right? So he has to figure out a way of still selling meals in his restaurant where nobody can taste anything. So I'll no spoil any of that shit for you. But as it continues, all the senses start disappearing. Like the whole world just loses hearing next and all that shit, man. It's like they all start going one. Dude, it's a really, really good movie, man. It's a bit of a romanticized.
It is called.
I have no idea.
Perfect Sense.
That's the one. That's dude. If you've not seen that, give that a bash. It's definitely. I might actually watch that again.
Ooh.
But that's kind of
It's
that's
got
like
Ava Green in it.
I
like
really
her.
I really couldn't tell you. It's a while ago since I only ever saw it the once,
No,
man.
I'm telling you.
All right, cool. Of course you are. You're reading it. You're
I
reading
really
it, right?
couldn't tell you. No, it does. She's in it.
Yeah, give that a watch. You watch that, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to watch the fucking Equalizer.
All right. I mean, well, fuck. I guess, fuck everyone else. They've been franked.
See you, dickheads. See you in the comments.
Peace.
Yo, man.
Ah, you got it, mate.
Okay, here we go. We're here.
You just missed Frank, though.
Ah, bye-bye.